Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only Animation Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with another series for you guys, which is gonna be what if Naruto was neglected by his family and had the powers of darkside. So yeah, guys, this is gonna be really OP of a series. So hopefully, you guys will like it. And yeah, guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be very helpful to me as I want to reach 20k subscribers, and you guys subscribing would be really appreciated. So without any further ado, let us start the video. So now let us start the story with 8-year-old Naruto, who at the moment was looking towards the happy family of Minato, Kushina and Menma and Mito. He wanted to train with them from a very young age. He could feel it. Something was wrong with him. He was unable to channel his chakra properly, as if something was blocking him. 8 years ago, the QB attacked Konoha, and his parents decided to seal the soul of the Nine Tails inside of him, and it sealed away his chakra as well to lock away the power of the QB, while on the other hand, the chakra was given to Menma and Mito. From that day, he was called Demon all across the village. He was hated by everyone. On top of that, his parents did not like him. They always liked to train Menma and Mito, and he even heard his parents at some occasion called him demon as well, and Naruto hated this feeling. But there was something off about him. He could feel it. Something was inside of him, a power that was also blocked by this seal that sealed away the power of the Nine Tails. In faraway place in the Mount Miyaboko, a old toad opened his eyes as he had a worried expression on his face. 8 years ago, he had a new premonition, a dream in which he saw a primordial demon, a evil so powerful that no one, not even the sage of six paths, would be able to stop it, has been birthed in this universe, a place where it should not have been present whatsoever. He could feel it. The power that was sealing this evil entity away is loosening day by day, and soon enough, this evil will once again be unleashed on this world. He could only hope that the shinobi world would be ready for that day, because he was damn sure that he was not. While on the other hand, Naruto sighed as he was about to walk away, but a voice was heard: Naruto, come here. As Kushina spoke up, as she noticed Naruto, as her expression changed to that of seriousness, as Naruto gulped a little but decided to walk down the stairs as he finally arrived in the living room, as Menma and Mito were sitting there, as Minato as well as Kushina were present here. As Minato looked towards Naruto, Naruto, sit there, as he pointed towards a chair. We have something to talk with you. As Naruto gulped a little but decided to take the seat. As Minato looked towards Naruto, Naruto, you know that you're a part of this family. As Naruto simply nodded at that, and as a part of family, you have to contribute to the family as well. We have a special mission for you that only you can do so. As Naruto looked towards Minato, as well as Kushina, wondering if they are gonna train him or something like that. As Minato looked towards Kushina, as both of them nodded, as Minato spoke up, well Naruto, you know that we have sealed away the power of the QB inside of your siblings. But there's a problem. Menma has the yang half of the Nine Tails and Mito have the yin half. Because of the imbalance of the power, the yang half in Menma is simply too much. His own yin power is not enough. While on the other hand, Mito have the yin half and her yang power is not enough. So we would like you to contribute to the family, and we will make a seal and transfer your yin and yang half of the power of your chakra to Menma and Mito, therefore balancing out deficiency in chakra in your sibling. This will be the contribution you will make to this family for the good of Konoha and for the good of family. Naruto, you have to make sacrifices. As a shinobi, it is your duty. As Minato looked towards Naruto with a blank expression on his face, Naruto was truly taken aback. His own chakra is not that abundant. He could always feel that the seal that was placed upon him was different than Menma and Mito, because it was a soul that was being sealed away, and there were not too many techniques to seal away a soul. So therefore, this seal is a lot different than the original timeline. His own chakra is not enough because of this seal, and if his own chakra is taken away like this, he would truly be drained away, as Naruto was truly shocked to hear that as he stood up. How can you ask me to do something like this? If you take away my yin and yang half of my chakra, I would truly be drained away and never be able to practice chakra again. As Kushina looked towards Naruto blankly, well, Naruto, you do not have the same potential as Menma and Mito, and as their brother, you have to make sacrifices and make contribution to the family. After all, we are clothing you, giving you food. What more do you want? As she screamed towards him with pure hatred in her eyes. She could never forget that day when that beast was unleashed from her body, the pain, the agony. And whenever she looked towards Naruto, she always remembered that night as she glared towards Naruto with pure hate, as Naruto was taken aback at that, as Minato sighed Naruto as a member of a shinobi clan and as the son of Hokage. You have a duty to the village. This is for Konoha, and for the good of Konoha, you have to make sacrifices. I will give you one day to make up your mind. Tomorrow, even if you agree or not, we will start the transfer of chakra to Menman Mito, and this transfer has to go from time to time. So my apologies, but you cannot become a shinobi. You have to get ready. You will only practice chakra so that when time comes, you will help your siblings too and give them your chakra. And for the good of Konoha and Naruto, you have to make sacrifices. With that, Minato simply walked away, while on the other hand, Kushina gave one last glare towards Naruto and then walked towards Menma and Mito with a smile on her face. Well, Menma, Mito, let's go. We have to give you more training. With that, Menma and Mito gave smirks to Naruto and started to walk towards the training ground as Naruto grated his teeth at on what basis they require his chakra, on what basis they ask him to make sacrifices. They say that they give him food and clothes. As he looked towards his own clothes as a scarf at that, this was nothing more than the worn out cloth of Menma. After all, Naruto was the youngest of the sibling and he was also the smallest of the three triplets. Menma and Mito were the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, as well as they were given the best food, while Naruto was often forgotten by the family, so therefore he was the shortest in the family. As Naruto gritted his teeth, no, he will never accept it. Never. As Naruto's eyes glows red for a second, but they also disappeared at the same time. He could only do one thing, that was to run away from the village, because if he doesn't run away, he will definitely be caught by Minato. He had already told him that even if Naruto agree or not, Naruto has to make this sacrifice, and once something like this begins, he will truly be drained away and never be able to become a shinobi, and Naruto will never accept that. As Naruto quickly ran towards his own room, ready to make plans. He has to run away tonight, otherwise he will never get the opportunity. Unknown to Naruto, inside of his sea of consciousness, a figure could be seen backing away from a ball of pure black energy. This was the figure of the Nine-Tailed Soul. For years, he was trying to get his power back. He was able to gather some of his own chakra as the Nine-Tails was recovering once again. But this power was always present inside of Naruto from the very birth. It was just sealed away, but now it seems to be getting stronger and stronger, and the seal that was stopping its emergence is nothing compared to this power. And at this point, it seemed that this power is already more than enough to swallow everything. Even the Nine Tails was scared of this power. Even the fraction of this power is more than it's all of its power. And the QB was truly scared at this point. Whatever this power was and whoever this kid was, it was pure evil. He could always feel it, if sense of despair that comes from this power, as the QB was truly scared at this point. While in the outside world, Naruto was already prepared. He already gotten whatever he could get his hand on, some scrolls on jutsu as well that were always left behind by Minato and Kushina. They were truly uncaring about these things, as Naruto had gotten his hand on some of these scrolls that were present in the Namikaze household, and there were some jutsus on it as well as some teaching on chakra. As Naruto quickly got everything he could on his sealing scroll, as he put it on his body, it was time for him to run away to Nile, as he had to wait for some time. With that, Naruto decided to use whatever teaching he has gotten from looking towards Menma and Mito training, but unknown to Naruto, he was not only using chakra because of the emergence of the powers that were inside of him. They were shielding him like a barrier, and that was the nature of his power. Whatever Naruto wished for, the power will definitely try its best to complete the wish of his master. And at the moment, Naruto wished that no one would be able to see him and notice him running away from Konoha, and the power granted that as well. And unknown to Naruto, Naruto thought that he was being sneaky and all that, but thanks to the power inside of him, Naruto truly was able to walk away from the Namikaze household, and none of the seals were able to stop him. While on the other hand, Naruto finally arrived at the gate of Konoha, where two Chunin were simply sleeping away as Naruto decided to use substitution technique and substitute himself far away outside of Konoha. But thanks to his own power, Naruto was able to do so, and none of the Ambu and the Chunin that were pretending to be sleeping were noticed as Naruto finally arrived outside of Konoha with a smile on his face as Naruto decided to run away. While in the Namikaze household, Kushina looked towards Minato. Minato, are you sure about it? As Kushina was feeling a little bit bad about the situation, honestly, she do not hate Naruto, not that much, but it was just that whenever she looked towards Naruto, she always had a feeling as if something was wrong with him, as if there was something evil. And whenever she looked towards Naruto, her feeling of that night, that despair comes around. It was a side effect of Naruto's own power that resides within him. As Naruto was unable to control this power, so whenever people look towards him, their emotion always heighten up, and that was the reason Kushina hated Naruto so much. As Minato sighed, Kushina, I am the Hokage of Konoha. The problem with Menma and Mito, while not serious, it can definitely cause problem later in the line. Menma and Mito's chakra is the only thing that now controls the power that is sealed inside of them. The power do not have soul and consciousness of its own. So therefore, Menma and Mito's chakra need to be stronger. Menma have the yang half and Mito have the yin half. So therefore, the chakra needs to become stronger and stronger. Only Naruto can do that. And we, even as parents, cannot help them in this aspect. And this is for good of Konoha. And I, as the Hokage, have to make sacrifices. And as my son, Naruto, has to make sacrifices as well. As Kushina sighed a little but nodded nonetheless. After all, this was for Konoha and for her beloved children, Menma and Mito. She cannot bear to see Menma and Mito in any danger, and if Naruto's sacrifice helps Menma and Mito become stronger and protect Konoha and their family, that it is for good for everyone. And Naruto, even though she do not like him much, will definitely be taken care of by Menma and Mito and her family. After all, even as a villain, Naruto will have a good life as she promised to that. While on the other hand, Naruto has finally arrived outside of Konoha, and he was finally happy, thinking that no one was outside of Konoha, so therefore no one will be able to capture him, as Naruto was still running from the trees. But unknown to him, he has let his guard down, and the power inside of him also has laxed a little, and several Ambu that were watching around the area finally noticed that something was off. But these Ambu were not normal, these were the roots of Konoha, as one of the figure looked to pointed towards one direction, as the other figure eyed narrow at that. It seemed that this was the so-called demon boy of Konoha, the firstborn of the Hokage, and it seemed that he's running away, as they were surprised a little. But one of the Ambu quickly pointed in his direction, and as the Yamanaka Ambu quickly decided to use his jutsu to give this information to Lord Danzo in the root base. Danzo looked towards his Ambu as the Ambu explained that, Lord Danzo, we have noticed that the firstborn of the Hokage, the so-called demon boy, he seemed to be running away from Konoha. As Danzo's eyes narrowed at that, the Uzumaki Naruto, he knows about him. While he's not the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi and only have a useless soul inside of him, he's not that great of an asset, but running away from Konoha. As his eyes narrowed at that, maybe he could use it as an opportunity, as he quickly gave orders, tell that Ambu to capture that Uzumaki brat and bring him back to me. Maybe he will be able to use Naruto and train him to be a deadly soldier to kill Minato in the future and take the position of Hokage for himself. As Naruto was still running away from Konoha in the opposite direction of the fire country so that he can leave the fire country as soon as possible, maybe he will decide to take a chance and decided to live on a small country and train for himself. Once he became a powerful shinobi, maybe he will return back to Konoha to show everyone that he was not a loser. After all, Naruto's not like evil right now. He just wants to be recognized and wants to become stronger and become a shinobi. As long as he becomes a powerful shinobi, Naruto doubts that even Minato and Kushina will force him to give his chakra to Menma and Nito. As Naruto smiled at that thought, but suddenly his instincts quickly took over as Naruto jumped out of the way as several kunais were planted there. As Naruto was surrounded by several root ambu, as Naruto looked towards him in utter shock, he thought that he had escaped. These were the roots. These were the Ambu of Konoha. After all, Naruto do not know anything about Root. As one of the Root Ambu stepped forward, Uzumaki Naruto, how dare you leave Konoha without permission? Do you not know that if you leave Konoha, you will be branded as a missing ninja? Come with us. But interrogation. As Naruto took a step back in utter shock, but Naruto quickly came to focus. Something was off with these people. As Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, no matter how badly he was treated, he was still called the son of Hokage and these Ambu. This was not the way they should talk with him. As Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, as far as I remember, I am not a shinobi and I have never been given any shinobi training. So therefore, I cannot be branded as a missing ninja. So as a civilian, I have every right to leave Konoha. As the root Ambu looked towards each other, as another root Ambu stepped forward. Alright, enough of this, brat. Lord Danzo summons you, so come with us. As Naruto gritted his teeth at that Danzo, he has heard that word before. It seemed to be someone at opposition with the fourth Hokage, but Naruto simply shook his head. He do not want any part of it. I do not have time for this. As Naruto quickly brought some smoke bomb from his bag and threw it at the ground and decided to run away from there as the root Ambu scoffed at that and released a wind style technique that slammed into the smoke bomb and threw it away as the shockwave also erupted and slammed into Naruto's body as Naruto was sent flying into trees. As Naruto gritted his teeth, he was already bleeding all over his body as Naruto started to stand up as a root Ambu appeared as he threw kunai towards Naruto which slammed into Naruto's arm and leg as Naruto screamed at that as the root Ambu stepped forward and started to punch Naruto, as this was a root Ambu who hated Minato Namikaze for not being able to save his sister at a in the third grade ninja war, so he hated Minato. So and Danzo took the opportunity to recruit him into the roots, and now looking toward the son of the so-called high and mighty Namikaze Minato, he hated that and started to attack Naruto. You damn brat! Once you are under the control of Lord Danzo and planted with seals, you will be the dog of Konoha, and we will use you for our own purposes and you will be nothing more than a dog as you were always meant to be, as he threw a kick towards Naruto's chest, sending him flying. Alright, bring him. As the root Ambu stepped forward, but suddenly Naruto's body started to glow with red power as everyone was taken aback, wondering if this was the power of the QB. Well, but wasn't the power of the QB sealed inside of Menma and Mito, but unknown to them. The power inside of Naruto was emerging once again. The seal that was holding it back simply shattered into pieces. Even the 9 days were shocked. He could also run away, but he always had a feeling that if he tried anything, this power would destroy him. As Naruto's whole body started to glow with pure power, as Naruto started to float within mid-air, the aura of pure evil surrounded every place that was around them, as all the root Ambu were frozen in utter shock and utter fear. As Naruto's eyes opened as a red beam of pure energy was released from his eyes, slamming into one of the root Ambu who had given him the beating and turning him into dust as the eye beams was already upon all the root Ambu before they could even try anything. They were far too scared of the power that was radiating from Naruto's body. They were turned into ash, but to surprise of many, while the dust was made from their body, from the ashes, a blue energy started to appear and started to, you can say, get inside of Naruto's body as Naruto's eyes was opened and turned into pure red while the blue chakra of all the root Ambu killed by Naruto was absorbed inside of Naruto's mind. As Naruto quickly came out of his, you can say, unconscious state, looking around him, he remembered what he felt, the power inside of him and what he did with the root Ambu. It was the first time he had killed someone, but Naruto quickly forgot about it, looking towards his hand, the power he was feeling in his body. It was out of this world, as if he could do anything. As Naruto burst into laughter, he could feel it. This power, this was the power that was always sealed away by that damn seal that was placed upon him. And this was his true power, his true potential. And with this, he could do anything, even destroy Konoha and all those who those people who look down upon him, and one day he will return to Konoha, and this time not as a shinobi but a destroyer. He will destroy everything. And with that, Naruto once again burst into laughter. He could feel it, this power. It was influencing him, but the power was addictive itself. And Naruto wanted it more and more. As Naruto looked towards his hand, his eyes were still glowing, and Naruto jumped into the air. The power was already guiding him how to use it, and Naruto was already flying within mid-air. And within seconds, Naruto was out of the Fire Country as Naruto finally arrived in a separate location. So now let us have a small time skip. In this time, back in Konoha, in the next day, Minato, Kushina, and Menma and Mito had a lunch, and after that, they finally decided to start the preparation. Kushina had already prepared the steel to transfer the chakra of Naruto instead of Menma and Mito to strengthen their chakra even further. And after that, Minato finally decided to arrive to the room of Naruto. After all, Naruto must have made the decision, and as the son of Hokage, he has to make sacrifices for the good of Konoha. So Minato knocked on the door, but there was no answer. As Minato sighed, it seemed that Naruto's wheel of fire is not pure enough. As Minato decided to use more force as he forcefully opened the door, but to Minato's shock, no one was present there. As Minato flashed in front of the place, and he saw that the clothes of Naruto were also missing. As Minato's eyes narrowed at that, as Minato gave make a chakra signal, and with that several Ambu landed in front of Minato. As Minato looked towards them, did you notice my son Naruto leaving the house? As all the Ambu looked towards each other, they were the one who were guarding the mansion of Hokage for last night, and they did not notice anyone leaving the place. After all, this was the power of Naruto. They subconsciously ignored Naruto leaving the place. As Minato's eyes narrowed at that, give my order to all the Ambu, search the Konoha and the surrounding area, and bring Naruto Uzumaki back to me. And with the Ambu looked towards each other and nodded nonetheless and disappeared from the place. As Minato looked towards the room, it was nothing compared to Menma and Mito, but Minato did not thought about it, as he simply shook his head. Alas, if only Naruto understood the true essence of the will of fire, he would have made more sacrifices for Konoha. It seemed that his son did not have the true knowledge of the will of fire, but alas, after he transferred the chakra to Menman Mito, he will definitely teach Naruto about the glory of Konoha and the true essence of the will of fire and the sacrifices that had to be made for the good of Konoha. With that, Minato decided to walk down as Kushina was already present there. Minato with his Naruto. As Minato sighed, the kid seemed to be throwing a tantrum, and it seemed that he had decided to run away. As Kushina's eyes widened at that, what are you talking about, Minato? As Minato simply shook his head, do not worry, Kushina. He's just a child who is not even trained in the art of chakra, and I have already sent my Ambo. They will definitely bring Naruto back, and who knows, he might not even have left Konoha. And with that, Menma burst into laughter. What a loser! As Mito nodded at that. He do not have any understanding of the will of fire. Mito was the one who understood Minato the most. After all, she wanted to be Hokage, so she has to impress Minato. With that, Minato gave a approving nod to Mito, while Menma glared towards Mito, who was looking innocent. As Kushina started to think about it, wondering if they have gone a bit too far about it, but she simply shook her head. Naruto has to make sacrifices for Konoha. This is his role as the son of Hokage. If only Naruto was as understanding as Menma and Mito. As she sighed inwardly, why couldn't he understand that he did not have the potential of Menma and Mito and understand his fate of being a lowly civilian? They will not abandon him as the family of Hokage. They will give him money and resources so that he can have some good business in Konoha. As for becoming shinobi, Menma and Mito are more than enough for this family to be shinobi. Naruto only had to accept his fate as a civilian, but he could not understand it. Alas, he has no will of fire. Minato was right. Naruto has no will of fire, while on the other hand, Ambu was still searching for Naruto, while on the other hand, in the root base, Danzo was waiting all night for his root Ambu to report back. But when no reports came, he decided to send his other Ambu to search for his root Ambu. And when they arrived in the location, they found some traces. But in the mid of night, all the root ambu were already turned into dust, and thanks to the wind, they were already scattered all around the place as the root ambu tried to find things, but they were unable to find anything. After all, Naruto's power was different than chakra, and using chakra means they were unable to find their own root ambu or any trace of Naruto, so they decided to return back to Konoha and give the report to Danzo. Danzo was taken aback. Could it be that some other shinobi were also present there and has taken away Naruto as he gave orders to his root ambu to keep an eye on Hokage, wondering if Minato had intervened and taken care of his root ambu, then he might be in a bit of trouble or he could use this as an opportunity. So now let us have a huge time skip. 8 years has passed since Naruto has run away from Konoha, and now Naruto was at the age of 16. In this time, Naruto was not wasting any of his time. He was training and training hard as he was able to master all the power that was inside of him, and Naruto could feel it. This was nowhere near the limit of his power. The more he trained, the stronger he gets. The power inside of him was immense. As Naruto smirked at the moment he was present in the Uzumaki country. The Uzumaki country was destroyed. It was a desolate place. No one comes here, and Naruto was training in this time. And finally, he has complete control over his power, so it is time for him to start his journey. As Naruto closes his eyes, as Naruto simply slams his hand together, as a huge smoke appeared. From the smoke, a red fox appeared. Yes, you heard it right, a red fox, not an orange fox, because of the influence of Naruto's otherworldly power. The QB that was inside of him has gained new kind of power, and now it was completely under the control of Naruto. This QB is 10 times, if not more, powerful than the 10 tails itself, and this was pure life power. In this time, Naruto had strange memories in his mind. He was able to understand the chakra itself. It was a strange energy, as if it was the very essence of a new power called the life equation. He understood it. The knowledge was about the entire life equation as well as the life equation itself, and chakra seems to be the embodiment of life equation itself, as if the life equation itself was divided into small factors and distributed in this universe. And Naruto had an understanding of the multiverse as well. So Naruto knew about the other worlds, and he has future plans to one day go to these other worlds and take over them for himself, as Naruto has ambitions to conquer this universe. And for that he needs to gather all the chakra in the universe, as Naruto had a feeling that once he gathered this chakra he will be able to once again get his hand on the life equation. Once he had the life equation in his hand, getting the entire life equation, he will be the emperor of the multiverse. No one will be able to stop him once he have both of these immense power in his hand. And Naruto believe that the chakra itself is the embodiment of the life equation, and he has to get his hand on all the chakra in the universe. And at the moment, he was standing at the shore looking towards the ocean as Naruto opened his arm and his energy started to gather around him. As Naruto opened his eyes and looked towards a specific direction, it seemed that the battle is going on in that specific direction, and a huge smile came to Naruto's face. It is time that the world knows that Uzumaki Naruto is back. With that, Naruto started to fly into the air, and with blinding speed, the ocean was split in half with the immense pressure that Naruto was bringing. With his pure speed of flight, within seconds, Naruto was already inside of the Mist Village. As Naruto looked down upon to see that, it seemed that the Mist Village seemed to be under the midst of a civil war. As Naruto looked towards the shinobi and the chakra they have, and Naruto had a connection with it, the life equation, as Naruto thought in his mind. As he looked down to see that two forces seem to be ready to fight against each other, and some minor battles has already begun, as this was the place where Rumi had already gathered all of her forces, and she was ready to bring this Yagura, this monster, down and bring peace to the Mist Village once again. As she looked towards Yagura, that is enough. For years, you have brought harm to the Mist Village. You are now Mizukage. You are a monster, and I and we, the bloodline users, will never allow you to destroy our village. We have contributed to this village and we will protect it with our lives, and even from a monster like you who have somehow became the Mizukage, we do not accept you, and we will defeat you today and bring peace to the mist village. As Yakura simply scoffed at that, the bloodline users, you guys are a mistake, a abomination, and we, the Mist Village, will clean you up today. I, as the Mizukage, have deemed you to be untrustworthy traitors to our village, and I shall bring you down. So, my Mist Shinobi, get ready for justice. And all the Mist Shinobi simply cheered at that. For long, they hated the Mist bloodline users. They have taken away all the good things, leaving them with nothing, and under the guidance of their Mizukage, they will bring down all the Mist village bloodline users and will have all the good things for themselves in the future. With that, they cheered and they were ready. And with that, Jagra spoke up, attack, as Metorumi also spoke, attack. With that, the forces rushes towards each other, ready for battle. As Naruto looked towards the scene with amusement in his eyes. After all, these people were simply far too weak compared to him to think that there was a time he wanted to be a shinobi and make his so-called parents proud. While wondering of that time, Naruto simply scoffed at that. Even that Yagura and that Metorumi were simply mere cage level. Naruto can bring them down with his one finger. As Naruto looked towards it with amusement in his eyes, as Naruto's eyes met to that of Yagura, it seemed that there was something inside of Yagura related to the life equation. As Naruto smirked at that, as a thought came to his mind, the Biju. It seemed that they have a certain relationship with the life equation. As Naruto decided to watch the battle for now, as Metorumi and her forces had already surrounded Yagura, while on the other hand Yagura was in his initial Biju state. As Yagura smirked at that, Metorumi, you have gone too far for rebelling against the village. Wouldn't it be better if you just give up and I will give you a simple execution? As Metorumi simply scoffed at that. As Metorumi scoffed at that, enough of it, Yagura. And with that, she started to go through hand sign and release a lava dragon towards Yagura. As Yagura scoffed at that, as he moved his chakra tail, as a huge shockwave erupted and slammed into the lava dragon, throwing the lava everywhere. As all the shinobis quickly jumped away, and Jutsu after Jutsu were rushing towards Yagura, but Yagura was in his casual state, was using the power of his Biju to destroy all the jutsu that were attacking him, and he was casually destroying all the shinobis at the same time. As Metorumi gritted her teeth, she was a cage level shinobi, yes, but Yagura was also cage level. On top of that, he had the power of the three tails, making him even more powerful, and he was dealing with her forces like they were nothing. She could only pray that someone would be able to help her, otherwise her world will definitely be destroyed and she will not be able to save the mist village from this monster. And it seemed that her wish was granted, as Naruto has already seen enough. As a immense aura started to surround Naruto, as everyone was taken aback, as all the shinobis who were fighting stopped in their tracks as they looked into the sky. As Naruto was floating there, his aura was immense, as a red light was surrounding his body. His eyes were glowing red for a second. His mere presence was enough to stop the heart of all the shinobis that were present in the shinobi world. As Naruto looked down upon them, his eyes met with that Metorumi. As he smirked at that, as his eyes looked towards Yagura and the tail beast that was inside of him, it seemed that there was a force influencing Yagura and that tail beast, but Naruto did not have too much of it. After all, mere weaklings are not worthy of his attention. As Naruto said, well, interesting it is, but I have seen more than enough. It is time for this village to surrender to me. As Naruto looked towards all of them, as his eyes looked towards Metorumi with some admiration in his eyes. After all, the woman was beautiful. Maybe after he taken over the village, he will put her as in charge. After all, Naruto do not have time to rule such pathetic villages. And it would be good to have a servant serving him to rule these places for himself. At the moment, he only required the power of that Biju inside of that Kage. As Yagura quickly came out of his stupor as he looked towards Naruto in utter fear. Who are you? I am the Mizukage and I will protect my village, so introduce yourself. as Naruto looked towards Yagura as he said, "Well then, my name is Uzumaki Naruto, and you can call me your lord." As Yagura was taken aback, Uzumaki Naruto, as far as he remembered, years ago, he had heard some news about it. After all, Danzo was a, you can say, person who do not like to sit obediently after he realized that the first man of Hokage has run away. And from his sources, he also realized that Minato wanted Naruto to sacrifice his chakra to make his brother and sister stronger. He distributed the news all across the village so that he can make the position of Minato weaker. While some shinobis were not happy about it, Minato explained that it was for the village so that the seal could be powerful. So all the shinobi, many shinobi accepted that, and the scheme of Danzo did not succeed. After all, Minato did it for the good of Konoha, and many people thought that it was the right thing to do. After all, they hated Naruto, while on the other hand, the other villages also heard about it, but since there was nothing special about it, they only sent some of the shinobis to search for this son of Hokage, but other than that, when they found nothing, they simply gave up. So Yagura knew some information about Naruto, as he said, the son of Hokage, what are you doing here? As Yagura did not underestimate in Naruto the aura that was surrounding Naruto. It was immense. While far away, Obito's eyes widened at that. From the connection with Yagura, he could feel that something was interfering with his connection with Yagura and Three Tails. It was not chakra, as if it was feared itself. The power of pure evil. As Obito was confused, he wanted to go have a look, but Black Zetsu spoke up. Toby Payne has summoned you for the meeting, and he has told me to bring you this time because the Akatsuki is gathering. As Toby gritted his teeth at that, his connection was still stable, so he do not need to worry about too much about it. Even if Yagura escaped, he is confident to put Yagura back under his Genjutsu. Maybe he is in the midst of a civil war, so even if Yagura dies, it means nothing. So, with that thought, Toby decided to teleport back to the Akatsuki base, while on the other hand, Naruto spoke up, enough of it. I do not have time to waste with people like you, so I will give you only 3 seconds. Surrender to me, otherwise you can just die. As Jagura gritted his teeth at that, under the influence of Toby, Three Tails, are you ready? And Three Tails simply nodded at that. The Three Tail had a bad feeling about it, as if its very self was repulsive of this being that was in front of him. As the Three Tail all gave all the power to Jagura, with that Jagura let out a roar. With that, he transformed into the Three Tail state. As he opened his mouth, the Bijudama was already being formed. As he threw the Bijudama towards Naruto, die. As Mitoromi, who were wondering if this kid Naruto would be able to help them. Whenever the Mist Country was taken aback, this was a Bijudama. No one can survive it. As the Bijudama appeared in front of Naruto and exploded at point blank range, as a huge explosion was taken place, as everyone was shocked to see that. People were wondering if that Naruto has died. His aura was powerful, but it seemed that he was taken care by the Mizukage, as all the Mishinobi cheered at that their Mizukage was the strongest. But when the dust settled down, a even more immense aura surrounded the whole Mist Village. Your time is up. As Naruto spoke up, looking towards Yagura with a blank expression on his face, as Naruto pointed one finger towards Yagura, Three Tails stayed as a immense power started to gather in that finger as Naruto released a beam of pure power towards Yagura, whose eyes widened at that. He threw some of the half-formed Bijudama, tried to stop this beam, but the Bijudama was getting absorbed and destroyed by this power. After all, the power of Naruto is greater than chakra. So, therefore, it completely destroyed the chakra and finally slammed into the being of the Three Tails as a huge explosion took place. All the shinobi realizing that when Yagura transformed into Three Tail has already run away from that location, and finally when the dust settled down, the unconscious form of Yagura was present there. As Naruto finally landed on the ground, as he put his hand on the stomach of Yagura, and from there Naruto started to pull out the chakra form of the Three Tail. As the Three Tail screamed at that something was off. It was being erased and turned into something different. As Naruto finally brought out the Three Tail using his own power, Naruto's power has a strange reaction to all the Bijus because the Nine Tails was inside of him. It was able to evolve into a new being under the control of Naruto, but Naruto has forcefully extracted the Three Tails and Naruto's power. It started to change the tree tail. After all, the chakra itself is a life energy, life force energy, and Naruto wanted the life equation. So therefore, this fraction of the tree tail turned into a strange energy as Naruto looked towards it with a smirk on his face. He was right. He can turn chakra into the life equation, but for that he required immense chakra. This small fraction of it would be useful in the future. He required all the 9 bijus to turn them into the life equation. And once he has all the power of the life equation in his hand, no life force would be able to harm him whatsoever. And once he gets his hand on the anti-life equation, he will truly be the ruler of all the multiverse. As Naruto smirk at that, as we look towards the shinobi, and who were looking towards Naruto in utter shock and fear. The power that was surrounding Naruto, it was immense. With the one attack, he has destroyed the tree tail and killed their Mizukage like it was nothing. As Naruto was in front of Mitorumi, if I'm not mistaken, you are the ruler of the so-called rebels in the Mist Village. As Mitorumi gulped a little as she simply nodded at that. As Naruto grabbed her face as he looked towards her. You are rather beautiful. As Naruto moved forward and gave a kiss to Metrumi, who was taken aback as Naruto looked towards her. Well, I wouldn't mind letting you be the ruler of this village. Honestly, I do not have any interest in this village. After all, my goals lies somewhere else. So I will give you only one opportunity. Be mine, and I will let you rule this village. Otherwise, I have no use for this village. I will simply destroy it. So, you have only 3 seconds to give me your answer. As Michirumi was taken aback, this was far too abrupt. This guy, he was simply too powerful and so dominating at the same time. As Mitorumi quickly thought about it, looking towards the dead form of Yagura, as she gulped a little but nodded nonetheless. I agree to that, my lord. As Naruto smirked at that, well then, let's go. As Naruto grabbed Metorumi and disappeared from there. All the people who have heard it were in utter shock, but sensing the power of Naruto and looking towards the dead form of Yagura destroyed in a single attack, they do not believe that their mist village is powerful enough to stop anything like it. While after some time, as Naruto came outside of the Mizukage office with a smirk on his face while inside, Metrumi also decided to put on the clothes and also appeared outside Naruto looking towards Naruto in awe. Naruto has granted some of his power to Metrumi and making her even more powerful now. She believes that she's more than powerful enough to also defeat Yagura in 2 moves. And looking towards Naruto in awe and amazement in her eyes as Naruto looked towards her. You be the ruler of this village. And if anyone were to disobey, just tell me and I will deal with them. As for my goals, as Naruto looked towards the sky, he do not have any goals about the Mist Village or the Shinobi world. His ambition lies in the multiverse, and these things are simply distractions. He will enjoy it when the time comes. As for the future and for attachment to these things, Naruto simply ignored it, and it is time for him and for the whole shinobi world to once again know the name of Uzumaki Naruto. But hey guys, I'm gonna end this part here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For the next part, the like goal is 100 likes and 20 comments to that, and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace.